Trump Media and Technology Group Corp. TMTG, is a Sarasota, Florida-based, American media and technology company best known as the owner of Truth Social and for being primarily owned by former U.S. President Donald Trump. It also plans to launch a subscription-based streaming service called TMTG Plus. Founded by Andy Litinsky and Wes Moss in 2021, it went public on March 26, 2024, after merging with Digital World Acquisition Corp. DWAC, a special purpose acquisition company, SPAC. President Trump was banned from Twitter on January 8, 2021 in response to his role in the January 6 United States Capitol attack, and in May he unveiled a website from the desk of Donald J. Trump which he planned to use to spread his thoughts on issues, but it only lasted a month before being shut down. Meanwhile, the Trump Media and Technology Group was incorporated in February of 2021, and on September 3, 2021, Digital World Acquisition Corp. DWAC, a special purpose acquisition company, began trading on the Nasdaq after its IPO of 25 million shares. DWAC was created with the help of ARK Capital, a Shanghai-based firm known for listing Chinese companies on American stock markets and which had been under SEC investigation for misrepresenting shell corporations. The DWAC Trump venture was initially linked to China Yunhong Holdings until December 2021, when the lead banker promised to sever ties with China and dissolve Yunhong. In February 2022, Reuters reported that the connection between Shanghai-based ARK Capital and Digital World was more extensive than thought, with ARK having offered money to get the SPAC off the ground. In October 2021, Trump announced that he had created TMTG through a SPAC merger with DWAC, that they had entered into a merger agreement to make TMTG a publicly traded company, and that they would create a social media company to rival Twitter. DWAC proceeds to raise hundreds of millions of dollars, and reporters question the ethics and legality surrounding their financial backers and their history with the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. There is also concern that they may have violated securities law by fundraising off the proposed merger before being officially listed on the stock market. In December 2021, TMTG raised $1 billion in private investment in public equity, PIPE, funding, and entered into a technology and cloud services agreement with Rumble, which would operate part of Truth Social and TMTG Plus. At the same time, they revealed that the SEC and Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, had begun investigation the SPAC's communication with TMTG. The company forms with a board closely connected to Trump, including his son Donald Trump Jr., Nunes, and former Trump administration officials Robert Lighthizer, Kash Patel, Linda McMahon, and Scott Glabb. Devin Nunes resigned from the U.S. House of Representatives in December 2021 and became the TMTG's chief executive officer in January 2022. On February 21, 2022, TMTG launched the social network Truth Social. By April 2023, Trump reported earning less than $201 from TMTG. On June 8, 2022, Trump and 5 others, including Trump Jr., Patel, and Glabb, leave TMTG's board before the SEC and the Manhattan grand jury investigating Trump's business practices issue subpoenas. The grand jury issued subpoenas to the DWAC on June 27 and, along with the SEC, to TMTG on July 1. The board departures are kept secret until it is revealed by the Sarasota Herald Tribune in July, at which point TMTG initially denies it. In November 2022, the DWAC postpones a vote to complete its merger with TMTG for the 6th time after failing to get the shareholder support necessary. They would extend it again in September 2023, days before it expired. Throughout 2023, TMTG faced significant financial and legal difficulties. In March, it was reported that New York investigators were looking into whether TMTG had violated anti-money laundering laws by accepting $8 million connected to a Russian oligarch. In July they settled fraud charges brought by the SEC for misleading investors and the SEC, and they agreed to pay an $18 million fine upon closing the merger. A November 2023 DWAC financial disclosure expressed substantial doubt about TMTG's ability to meet its financial obligations, showing a $31.5 million loss since inception. On November 21, 2023, TMTG filed a lawsuit seeking $1.5 billion in damages from 20 media outlets for falsely reporting a $73 million loss. Corrected reports showed a net loss of almost $23 million in the first half of 2023 and a total loss of $31.6 million since launch. Corrected reports showed a net loss of almost $23 million in the first half of 2023 and a total loss of $31.6 million since launch. On March 22, 2024, DWAC shareholders approved the merger with TMTG, which was completed on March 25, 2024. The combined company began trading under the symbol DJT and finished the day with an $8 billion valuation. In regulatory filings, Lighthizer and McMahon are listed as independent directors. An April 1, 2024 SEC filing revealed that TMTG lost over $58 million in 2023 with only $4 million in advertising revenue from Truth Social. Following criticisms about its auditor, B.F. Borgers, TMTG fired the firm on May 6, 2024, due to regulatory requirements. In May 2024, the company reported a net loss of $327.6 million for the first quarter of 2024 with $770,500 in revenue. In July 2024, TMTG joined the Russell 1000 and Russell 3000 indexes and raised $105 million through the cash exercise of its warrants. On July 12, 2024, one day before the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, Austin Private Wealth filed a report indicating that it had shorted 12 million shares of TMTG. 4 days later, it amended the filing to 1,200 shares and apologized for its filing error, which spurred conspiracy theories. Truth Social is an alt-tech social media platform owned by Trump Media and Technology Group, TMTG, an American media and technology company majority owned by former U.S. President Donald Trump. It has been called a Twitter clone that competes with Parler, Gab, and Mastodon in trying to provide an alternative to Twitter and Facebook. Truth Social uses Mastodon as its backend. The service was launched on February 21, 2022. Since mid-2022, Truth Social has been facing financial and regulatory issues. The application was initially not available on Google Play because of violations of Google policies prohibiting content with physical threats and incitement to violence, but was approved for Google Play in October 2022 after agreeing to enforce policies against incitement. As of March 6, 2023, it was ranked number 101 in Apple's App Store rankings for social media apps, and SimilarWeb ranked its website as number 203 in their news and media publishers category, behind Gab at number 154, but ahead of Parler at number 1052. Trump estimated in an April 2023 personal financial disclosure that the site's value ranged from $5 million to $25 million. Digital World Acquisition Corporation, DWAC, the special purpose acquisition company formed to fund Truth Social's parent company TMTG and take it public, disclosed in October 2023 that it was refunding to investors the $1 billion it had raised for TMTG. A November 2023 financial disclosure by DWAC indicated that Truth Social had made a cumulative loss of at least $31.5 million since its inception. In March 2024, DWAC shareholders voted to merge with TMTG, with the merged company trading on Nasdaq under the stock ticker DJT. In May 2024, TMTG's regulatory filing for the first quarter of 2024 reported $327.6 million in losses, largely resulting from taking the company public, and $770,000 in revenue. On February 21, 2022, TMTG released Truth Social, a competitor to platforms such as Twitter, on iOS. Truth Social faced staffing issues due to its political associations, and in early April 2022, Reuters reported that the company's head of technology and head of product development had resigned their posts following the network's troubled launch. After Elon Musk disclosed his large stake in and intent to buy out Twitter in April 2022, holding company DWAC lost 44% of its stock value. Matthew Kennedy, a market strategist at Renaissance Capital, said that the buyout was troubling for Digital World as a Musk-owned Twitter would undercut the rationale behind Truth Social's existence. On April 22, 2022, Rumble announced that Truth Social had successfully migrated its website and mobile applications to Rumble's cloud infrastructure. The Sarasota Herald-Tribune reported in July 2022 that according to Florida state records, Trump left as chairman of TMTG less than a month before the company received subpoenas from the SEC and the New York grand jury, concurrent with the DWAC subpoenas. His son Donald Trump Jr. and former Trump administration official Kash Patel were among others who simultaneously left the TMTG board of directors. Truth Social denied the report. Axios later published records filed by TMTG's agent with the Florida Division of Corporations. An April 28 filing showed Trump and others listed as director, while a June 8 filing to change person, title, or capacity directed the division to remove Trump and others. The Guardian reported in March 2023 that in 2022 the SDNY expanded its criminal investigation to include whether TMTG engaged in money laundering. Beginning in December 2021, when the company was in danger of collapsing because its merger with DWAC had been delayed, it received a loan in two payments totaling $8 million. This included $2 million from Pagzum Bank, which is part owned by Anton Postalnikov, a relation of Alexander Smirnov, a former Russian government official who now runs the Russian maritime company Rosmorport. Another $6 million was paid by an ostensibly separate entity, ES Family Trust, which shared a director with Pagzum Bank. The $8 million loan was structured to automatically convert into TMTG common equity upon merging with the SPAC, meaning ES Family Trust will gain a stake in TMTG if the merger proceeds, though this was not disclosed to the SPAC investors nor the SEC. The federal probe into investors of DWAC, according to the Washington Post, discovered that a wealthy investor in the company was allegedly connected to attempts to allegedly move assets from Russia, Ukraine, and China into the Caribbean, and other intermediaries such as Hong Kong, the United Kingdom and Belize. According to a government transcript, an informant referenced the process as the full Singapore with a double dip, as we call it, with having the UK thrown in there, just to give it that added cleanliness and polishing off. In June 2023, U.S. prosecutors charged 3 Florida men for alleged insider trading allegedly related to DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp., as part of Trump's social media merger deal in 2021. In February 2024, United Atlantic Ventures, UAV, the partnership of TMTG co-founders Andy Litinsky and Wes Moss, sued TMTG for attempting to dilute their ownership stake by increasing the authorized stock from 120 million to 1 billion shares, thus lowering the value of UAV's shares from 8.6% to less than 1%. The lawsuit mentions that Trump attempted to pressure Litinsky into giving his shares to Melania Trump and then, when he refused, tried to oust Litinsky. The next day, ARK Capital sues the DWAC for trying to strip them of their shares. Also in March of 2024, DWAC and Trump sued DWAC's former chief executive Patrick Orlando and his firm ARK Global Investments II for extortion and causing DWAC and Trump reputational harm. Orlando and ARK countersued DWAC and Trump for miscalculating ARK's stake in TMTG by 2 million shares. On March 24, Trump sued Litinsky and Moss for forfeiture of their stock, saying they mishandled and attempted to block attempts to take TMTG public for nearly 2 years. Thank you for watching this video.